Listen. Really listen. The universe is 13.8 billion years old. It contains 2 trillion galaxies. Each galaxy contains hundreds of billions of stars. Around many of those stars, planets. Around some of those planets, the conditions for life. The math says the universe should be teeming with civilizations. With signals. With something. And yet. Silence. Complete. Total. Devastating silence. In 1950, a physicist named Enrico Fermi sat down to lunch with colleagues and asked a question so simple, so obvious that it has haunted science ever since. Where is everybody? We still don't have an answer. And the possible answers, every single one of them, are terrifying. The mystery, the scale of the problem. Let's understand the scale of what we're asking. Our Milky Way galaxy alone contains 400 billion stars. Astronomers estimate there are more stars in the observable universe than grains of sand on every beach on Earth. And we now know that planets are not rare. They are everywhere. Almost every star we look at has planets orbiting it. The Drake equation, developed by astronomer Frank Drake in 1961, attempted to calculate how many communicating civilizations might exist in our galaxy. Even with conservative estimates, the answer comes out to thousands. Possibly millions. And our galaxy is just one of 2 trillion. So statistically, the universe should be loud. Chaotic. Full of signals, structures, something we could detect. Instead, nothing. Not a single confirmed signal. Not a single confirmed structure. Not one unambiguous sign that anything out there has ever looked up at the stars and wondered. That silence is the Fermi Paradox. The discovery what we have and haven't found. We have not been quiet about looking. Since 1960, the SETI project Search for Extraterrestrial Intelligence has been scanning the skies for radio signals. Decades of listening. Millions of frequencies. Countless hours of human dedication pointed at the stars. And then on August 15, 1977, something happened. Astronomer Jerry Emmon, reviewing data from the Big Ear radio telescope in Ohio, circled a sequence of numbers and letters on a printout and wrote one word in the margin. Wow. A 72-second signal, strong, structured, apparently coming from the direction of the constellation Sagittarius. It matched almost exactly what scientists predicted an alien transmission would look like. It was never detected again. In 60 years of searching, it remains the only candidate signal we have ever found. One signal. 72 seconds. Never repeated. Never explained. The universe gave us one knock on the door. And never knocked again. Scientists have proposed dozens of explanations for the Fermi Paradox. They fall into roughly 2 categories. And both categories are deeply unsettling. The first category, they don't exist. Life, intelligent life, is so extraordinarily rare that despite the universe's scale, we are alone. Or nearly alone. The conditions required for complex life are so improbable that Earth is a cosmic accident that almost certainly never repeated itself. This is called the rare Earth hypothesis. And if it's true, the silence makes perfect sense. There is no one to transmit. The second category, they exist. But something stops them. This is where it gets dark. The great filter theory suggests that somewhere in the development of intelligent life there is a barrier almost nothing survives. A filter. And the terrifying question is this: is that filter behind us or ahead? If it's behind us, if the emergence of complex life is the filter, then we are the miracle. We survived something almost nothing else did. We may be alone. But we are safe. If the filter is ahead, then civilizations like ours regularly reach our level of development. And then something destroys them. Every time. Something we haven't seen coming yet. But there are other explanations. Some stranger. Some darker. The zoo hypothesis suggests that advanced civilizations are aware of us and have chosen to leave us alone. We are a nature reserve. A protected species. Observed but not contacted. The silence is not absence. It is policy. The dark forest theory, popularized by author Lou Cixin, proposes something far more sinister. The universe is a dark forest. Every civilization is a hunter moving silently through the trees. Because any civilization you contact might destroy you. The rational strategy, the only safe strategy, is silence. Hide. Never transmit. Never reveal yourself. Because the moment you do something that has been watching fires. If the dark forest theory is correct, we have been broadcasting our location for over 100 years. Our radio and television signals have been expanding outward at the speed of light since the 1920s. A sphere of human noise 200 light-years across, announcing to the universe exactly where we are. And we have been waiting for a response. Perhaps we should hope the silence continues. What we are doing and what might happen. And yet we keep looking. The James Webb Space Telescope is analyzing the atmospheres of distant planets for biosignatures, chemical signals that life produces. We are building more powerful radio telescopes. We are developing new methods of searching. We are sending messages outward deliberately into the void. In 1974, we broadcast the Arecibo message, a binary signal directed at a star cluster 25,000 light-years away. It will arrive in 25,000 years. If anyone is listening and if they respond immediately, we will receive the reply in 50,000 years. We may not be patient enough for the universe's timescales. Or perhaps first contact will come not from a distant star cluster but from a signal we have already received and not recognized. Hiding in data we have already collected. Waiting for us to be smart enough to read it. The universe may have already answered. We just haven't understood the reply. Here is what keeps scientists awake at night. If we discover evidence of alien life, even microbial life on Mars or Europa or anywhere else in our solar system, it would be the most important discovery in human history. It would mean life is common. It would mean the universe is full of it. And it would make the Fermi Paradox dramatically worse. Because if simple life is everywhere, where is the complex life? Where are the civilizations? The filter would have to be somewhere between microbe and mind. And that filter, whatever it is, would be ahead of us. So here is the paradox at its most personal. Finding life on Mars might be the worst news humanity has ever received. We search the sky for signs that we are not alone. We ache for contact. For confirmation. For the end of our cosmic loneliness. But perhaps the silence, the vast, ancient, devastating silence, is the kindest thing the universe has ever given us. Because the alternative, the universe speaking, might be the last thing we ever hear.